Hello and welcome to Forex Academy, your #1 website for Forex and crypto education and analysis. In today's edition, we're going to be discussing fundamental analysis for novices, building permits. Before residential house construction or business premises can be built or remodeling projects can commence on such properties, permits have to be granted from an officially approved local government agency to allow contractors to proceed with the work. This allows for standards to be maintained and improved and allows for governments to keep tabs on what's happening for statistical analysis on their economies. The actual building permit itself will allow for structural integrity and framework, water and sewage lines, fire and gas connectivity, fire protection, zoning and sanitation. The granting of building permits varies from country to country because not all home construction and renovation projects require a building permit. However, typically, projects which require major constructural changes and certainly new build projects require building permits. Building permits within an economy are important indicators of growth or stagnation in particular segments of the economy. An upturn in commercial building permits is a good indication that businesses are expanding. An upturn in home construction is a good indicator that employment is going well and that people are moving homes, in addition to buying new homes and renovating. In other words, there is a need for new homes. These are positive signs that economies are doing well. Conversely, the opposite is true. There is a knock-on effect with regard to financing, employment and manufacturing and supply of associated materials. And so building permits are seen as an important barometer to the financial health of a nation and are carefully observed by economists, analysts and traders. Each month, countries such as New Zealand, in this example on our economic calendar, releases statistics for their building permits. The information is scheduled for release during the usual business hours of the country in question. Typically, this is done in the mornings and is subject to an embargo. Let's take a closer look at New Zealand permits, which are due for release on Monday, the 1st of June. We have inserted red arrows to show you the impact significance of the release, where an updated month-on-month building permits data for the month of April is due, and where the previous figure for March came in at minus 21.3%. So how do we trade using builded permit data releases? The larger the economy, the more significant the building permits data release is taken. So let's take a look at the USA, where the building permits report is released by the US Census Bureau on the 18th working day of each month, having conducted a survey of 9,000 permit issuers before publishing their findings to a financial market. The Census Bureau has been gathering this data since the 1960s. Typically, a growing number of permits above the previous month's data is seen as bullish for an economy, and numbers which are lower than the previous month's data release are seen as bearish. Keep an eye out for the consensus figure, which will be updated prior to the release. Markets hate shocks, and therefore if the number is markedly lower than the consensus, where professional analysts and economists have been carefully monitoring events in order to draw their conclusions, you might expect a negative effect on the value of the particular country's currency against the counterparts. But if the data is higher than expected, then you might see a particular country's currency gain in strength against the counterparts being traded. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below about anything you would like us to discuss in future, or if you have any questions about this particular video. Have a great day.